Yes, yes. So you're saying Tapa was not the problem? Or he was not the main issue? You serious? Hallelujah. I've been saying that for the longest while. You know? Not saying that he was the best coach. But I explained time and time again. You know, why the JFF didn't fire him, why they kept him as a scapegoat. Anyways, soon get to that. Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. This is your boy Sports is Greg with Wizards of Sports TV, and today I just want to discuss some hot news, hot topic, hot off the press, where Jamaican football is considered. You know, as some of you have probably heard by now, Coach Paul Hall stepped away from the job. You know, a job that he promised to stick with and take us through as long as the JFF kept him, or as long as he, you know, see where the program was going in the right direction. Well, unfortunately, over the weekend, in our game in Suriname, he decided that was it, enough is enough. And he was calling it quits on his time as the coach of the Jamaican Reggae Boyz. Now, news coming out of Suriname is that he was actually hell-bent and walking away even before the game. But after a meeting with players and members of the JFF, he decided to stick it out, you know, and coach the game, and then take off after the game, take his leave. Now, unfortunately, we are also hearing that the team, last I heard, the team was still stranded in Suriname. Yes, I use the word stranded. And JFF president Mike Ricketts and manager, what's his name, Wint, is still down there as well. Which I don't get the reason why, you know, officials of the JFF have to travel with the team to these games. I mean, especially now with there's still quite a few travel restrictions going on. If you notice, when teams like Canada, USA, or Mexico travel away, it's just the coaching staff and the players. But anyways, that's not the point we're getting at right now. Paul Hall stepped away because there are a bunch of things that he wasn't pleased with, that he had asked the JFF for, and they still haven't, you know, made good on their promise of some of those things. So he decided that enough is enough. He cannot continue under this regime, and he's willing to walk away. Now, I could go ahead and, you know, say I told you so, Tapa wasn't the fault, and, you know, Tapa was having similar issues or even worse. But that's still not gonna fix the problem, you know. I hear people say, well, Tapa should have done the same thing he did and walk away. Now, Paul Hall is a British citizen. You know, the minute he went back to England, he could have a job lined up starting this week. It was not so with Tapa. So that was his bread and butter. It would be hard to ask him to walk away from his paycheck just like that. But, you know, enough of that. One of the things that I'm really concerned about with Paul Hall walking away is the fact that with his links to the English-based players born in England, you know, to Jamaican heritage, with the link with him and Fitzroy Simpson, who had came on board and was helping him with his scouting duties over there, I am concerned that some of these players might no longer be interested and say, you know what, until JFF sort out their thing and we see the direction that they're going and see that it is a positive direction, they're moving forward, we're not going to make this trip. I am concerned that something like this could happen, because for the little time that Paul Hall has been in charge, I mean, we have seen where Latibudier and Omari Hutchinson. Latibudier is at Swansea now. He's formerly of Manchester City. For those of you that watch, was it 2017 Youth World Cups when England under 17s won? He was a centre back for that team. Him and Omari Hutchinson recently played in the Jamaica friendly for Jamaica against Catalonia. So he's already capped. It's a friendly, but he's already turned out for us. There's also the likes of some other players that he was trying to get on board. Players like Demari Gray, which we've been linked with for a while now, but there were been some positives coming out. Morgan Gibbs White of Wolves, he's another one that was on that under 17 winning team with England. So some of these players, have already represented England at the youth level, and they're still pretty young. Most of them are under the age of 25, and he was being successful in courting them to come play for Jamaica. So I don't know how that's gonna end up, if they're gonna still wanna turn out, or if they're gonna be like, no longer interested. Anyways, to continue with some other names, there's a player like Nathan Ferguson at Crystal Palace, Rico Henry, the left back from Brentford, trying to remember, Lewis Baker, a young midfielder that used to play for Chelsea. I think he's at Swansea now as well. Max Aarons, supposedly he's the cousin of Rolando Aarons, who's at Huddersfield. Max Aarons is a right back at Norwich. And there are a couple others, that I can't remember their names right now. But there was a list of probably 10 to 12 young players that he was working on, trying to get them to turn out for Jamaica, and we were seeing positive signs of that. But like I said, now with him no longer at the helm, I don't know if this can be mended, if there's anything the JFF can do to let him unresign and take back charge of the team. But for now, we have another Nations League game, CONCACAF Nations League game on Tuesday against Suriname, and we're currently without a coach. Last I heard, the team was still stuck in Suriname, while the Suriname team was already in Jamaica getting ready for Tuesday's game. And supposedly Leon Bailey was the one trying to come up out of his pocket and find a way to have the team fly back to Jamaica. Not looking good right now at the JFF, And when Coach Whitmore mentioned a few things, they were quickly swept under the rug and weren't highlighted. Now Paul Hall is someone with a more international status because of his links in England. So if he wants to throw the JFF under the bus and let out a lot of these things that he wasn't pleased with, then it's definitely not gonna look good on them. I've seen online where people are saying, the sport minister or the government should step in and do something about this. Unfortunately, that cannot happen. This is not so. The JFF is an independent body. There's no political involvement. They're governed by FIFA and they govern themselves. So unless things get way out of hand and FIFA has to step in, otherwise from that, there probably it's the citizens that might have to protest for an early election and see if Mr. Ricketts, if there's a way to get him out of office, or get some of his employees below him, who supposedly they're the ones messing up. But if the president is the one in charge, so the blame is always going to be laid on him. But yes, that's what's happening right now with the Reggae Boyz team, the current situation. Team was trying to make their way back to Jamaica. Coachless for the next game on Tuesday against Suriname, and after that we have Mexico on the weekend. So let's see what happens from here. Like I said, I would like if they could swallow their pride, reach back out to Paul Hall, and see if we can get this program continuing from where we had it, instead of having to start all over again. Alright? Anyways, that's all for now. See you next time. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.